The thing is, if an artist releases an album, I'll listen to the whole album. I won't listen to the best song in the album according to the billboards.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like in your, like, I don't know, right? But I feel like you're more of the guy that says, okay, if the billboard is cool, it's probably a good song.
No.
Me,
Okay.
I'm just a super fan of the artist.
In my case, it's like, okay, I'm running out of songs. I need to listen to more songs. Then I open up like the charts and say, oh, like people seem to like this song. It's like, let's actually have a listen. And sometimes it happens that like I like a couple of the songs, but it's just very uncommon for me to like open up the album and just like, it's like it happens with only a few artists. It's not very frequent.
Oh my God, bunch.
What's happening? Welcome to the Outsiders podcast.
It's sorry. It was just too funny. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. We back, episode 10.
I thought you were going to be like, hey, what's up? How's it going? It's like, hey.
Yeah. Hey. I was like, yeah, maybe I switch up the intro.
Let me switch up the intro.
What's happening, guys? Welcome to episode 10. Outsiders podcast.
It's gone. It's already made. And
yeah. It's done.
Once again, guys, catching up with a daily, weekly podcast. Just letting you guys know what we've been up to throughout the week. My name is Julio. This is my other co-host, Alan, and he's an architecture. I'm a graduate engineer. Alan is living in Toowoomba. I currently live in Brisbane. So yeah, two dudes catching up as always. So yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Any updates this week, or any gossip?
Man, got some news in the music world.
Yeah. Oh, true.
A few albums got released. Yeah, freaking Kanye West released his album, Donda.
Mm-hmm.
As well as Drake, he released his album as well.
Yeah.
Drake released his album as well recently. So yeah, man, it was pretty good, man. Yeah. I heard all of them, both of them and everything. But then, both of them have their unique strengths. Like Kanye's very one thing you gotta say about him is he's pretty creative guy, man. Like in terms of the production and the beat making and just the things he's able to come up with, like instrumental wise, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, man, it's pretty.
Did you
pretty good album? You know, he was talking about. Yeah, you were saying?
Yep, I was just saying that I get a text message from my housemate and he's like, oh, dude, apparently, I mean, he said like, hey, did you see that Kanye's album got released? And he was like, oh, like it must have been a mistake because like the front cover is just a black screen. Like it must have gotten released like beforehand without like his authorization. Was that a thing? Or... No, he released it when he was supposed to, right? Or what happened?
Man, that's the thing. I don't even know what to think about that because even in his actual Instagram page, that's what he wrote. He's like, he posted saying like, it was basically released without my permission.
Oh.
And the record label just did it like.
Oh, right. Okay. So it was actually true.
When he didn't want it to. Yeah, at least that's what he's telling us. So it's like, yeah, dude, that's kind of, it's wild, man. Like, I'm thinking, why would they do that? Like, So yeah, apparently it's like a thing where, it just didn't come out the way he wanted it to come out or something. But yeah, it still came out. It's something I kind of expected from Kanye. Like these days, he's more focused on the religious side of things and Christianity. So there's a lot of like gospel inspired music, but also it was very. Like it was a good listen. I was actually surprised. I was like, yeah, man, some good beats in there, some good songs. And I liked it. And basically same thing with Drake. Like, good songs in there, good standouts.
What are your thoughts on
I'm just still getting used to all the albums. Sorry?
What are your thoughts on Donda? Donda.
Man, the first time I heard that, I was like, bro, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, it's
As
actually...
always, I mean...
There's actually a deep meaning... to that first song. Like, I saw on an Instagram post that the way the album was supposed to be heard is like in a concert setting, like in a visual setting. So, like, you're in the concert, and then he's basically going to take you through the whole album. So, when it says... When it's first that Donda chant, when it's like, Donda, 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 Donda... like you're saying that the Donda actually represents his mom's heart, like his mom's heartbeat. Because you know how the heartbeat goes like do 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 do. So you're saying like the Donda represents the mom's heartbeat, like before she passed away.
Oh.
Like, so it's kind of like deep.
Oh, I didn't know that she passed.
But then when you're, yeah, she passed a while ago. Yeah, Kanye's mom, and so yeah, Donda's obviously her name. So yeah, just basically dedicating the album to her. And
when did she pass?
Yeah, kind of doing all that. So
Donda, when did she pass away? I want to know this. Yeah. Donda, was it a while?
Pretty sure it's a few years ago. Yeah.
Donda West.
But,
yeah, well,
yeah, man, obviously not an easy thing to go through.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious about that, but we'll see later on. And work-wise, any updates work-wise? Has your
yeah, just 2007.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a while back.
Yeah,
some time ago.
Yeah, it was a little while back.
And what about Drake's album?
Man, Drake's album. Yeah, bro, it was. Let me actually go through the track list here. Man, like for the first listen, like Champagne Poetry, the first song, really good. Second song, Poppy's Home, is also good. Girls Want Girls, like, man, the first few songs are already good, but then when it comes to standouts, I'd probably say Champagne Poetry, number one. You know, freaking the song called TSU. Another one called, you know, like You Only Live Twice with Lil Wayne and Rick Ross.
Yep.
Man, those are freaking fire. And Fountains as well. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Wow,
yeah, I'd recommend it, man. You'd probably like a few.
21 songs. The whole thing takes 87 minutes to listen up. Guy's obviously going all in.
Yeah, dude.
Making sure that he doesn't miss a single song. I mean, they might as well. Like, I don't know why there's so many artists that like literally take so long for them to pick up a actual song. Like, why not picking up 20? Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with posting more songs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if adding less songs will provide less value for the album. Do you know what I mean? Because like, I'm not sure what's like. I mean, like, if I was a major artist, like, let's say that I'm a major artist, and I'm like literally waiting for like music to come out, and like I really like this song, but it's a matter of, and like, I mean, like, I don't understand why would the record label put a limit within like the type of, like, how many songs you can actually release? Like, what's the strategy behind it? I don't really know. But
yeah, like, I'm also trying to understand it to this day, but then it's also like they say that if you do a lot of songs, it's actually good for you because it helps with the streaming, like, because people are gonna spend more time on your album, because it's like they're gonna have to go through all the songs, which means they spend more time on your album, which is good, like, for the algorithms and stuff. Where if it's like a very short album, like, yeah, they won't spend that much time. It's just listen to 3 songs and then that's it. But if you're listening to 21 songs, it's like, yeah, you're spending more time. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing about having a lot of songs.
How you going with your driver?
Yeah,
your drivers, like your driver, like your driving class. Sorry, how is that going?
Man, I took a bit of a pause. Yeah, a bit of a pause this week, man. Yeah, I haven't really carried on, but yeah, I'll step it back up next week. Yeah,
you only have to fit.
But yeah, gonna try to go for the exemption.
Yeah, you only have to fix. Oh right. So once you turn 24, you get your full license.
Once I turn 25,
25.
25 is the yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're at that point where you only have to fill up your hours, right? And then you pretty much get into your...
Yeah, literally just fill out the hours, and then obviously you do the final test, like, just to make sure you know all the rules and all that kind of stuff you have to consider when you're driving. But yeah.
No, that's good.
So it's just about the hours right now.
No, that's good, man.
Yeah,
that's good, man. Dude,
but no, man.
On my side, it's been so stressful. Like this week, I mean, at work, I was asked to like present, like, actually, like, start doing some actual engineering work. Like, finally, some engineering work. And that means just like coming up with drawings and like, preparing designs and everything for a client. And that's exactly the issue, because I'm presenting I'm presenting these drawings to an actual client and not really the actual firm is more stressful because there's no like they're like, oh, we would like to see this, so I need to come up with like all the knowledge and everything like straight away so I can present the idea straight away. And it's taking me a fair bit of time to get around with the software, and it's been so stressful. Like literally, I mean, if you guys, if whoever's watching is having a stressful week, I 100% like we're together on this because it's been so fucking annoying.
Can relate.
Yeah, and it just got to the point where I was like, oh, you know what? Like I was actually working the whole weekend on it, and I was like, oh, you know what? Alan sends me a message, and he's like, oh, dude, like let's start up the podcast, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I kept on pushing it. I'm like, oh, dude, like just give me 1 hour more, and like we'll try to sort it out. But then I'm like, yeah, you know what? As we always say, you know what? Fuck it,
come on, man.
Like I was like, yeah, all day, like since like 7 o'clock in the morning, trying to figure that out. So it's been really stressful. What do you do when you have like super stressful days? Like, what's your way out of stressful days?
Man, stressful days, bro. I usually try to, number one, just try to find ways to take a break. Like you don't have to, obviously, don't procrastinate too much, but yeah, take some time to just, freaking stretch, leave the house, go to the gym, quick sesh or something like that. Or just do something you like to do. Like, maybe allow yourself like 30 minutes. Yeah, maybe even an hour. Just, watch a video you always wanted to watch, a series, whatever. Yeah. Just to get your mind away from the stress.
Yeah, but I
don't know. That's some stuff that worked for me.
I don't think I've ever seen you properly stressed, though. I don't think I've never seen Alan super stressed face at all. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing is, I just hide it really good.
Yeah, you probably hide it really well.
Yeah, now when I'm stressed, I don't show that I'm stressed. And I feel like, I don't know, another thing that helped was probably, and I'm going to be that guy, meditation. Yeah. Like just...
you're going back?
Because the thing about meditation
going back to meditation.
I'm not going back to it, but then I feel like that's one thing that has helped me a lot. Like, because I started, I did a bit of it in uni.
Right.
But then, just that thing of like, the concept is you remove thoughts from your head, like, that might be worrying you or whatever, and you just focus, they say focus on your breathing. So you just, and by focusing on your breathing, you're removing your mind from something that's bothering you.
Actually,
so you don't.
That is so interesting. Like, that is actually generally so interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've always, I'm pretty sure we got this same idea from Headspace, right? Like, surely you downloaded Headspace, and pretty sure everyone whoever got into meditation,
tried the trial.
The free trial of Headspace is such a good app. Is definitely worth it if you're really trying to get into meditation. And it's really interesting, that concept that they have of like just being aware of the moment and like allowing thoughts to come in and go. So like I was actually watching like the explanation that they have for like how they actually explain stuff. And what they say is that you have to picture yourself watching yourself, kind of thing. So like it's like a third person sort of view, and it's just really cool how that links to like they have like subsections in the app, right, where they link how you can be more confident, how you can be more focused, how you can and it's all based off from how you can control your breathing and being aware of the moment and direct your attention to something based on a neutral like emotional state, which is like perfectly logical.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing about it. It just makes you neutral. So even if you're going through stress, like you'll still feel it. It's not like you're freaking stress proof or whatever. Like you'll still feel it, but it won't affect you as much. Like you'll just be like able to still focus and concentrate. Whereas you might have just let it overwhelm you or whatever. So it's just something that helps.
I really found this confidence one really interesting. Like how do you become more confident based off of meditation? Like if you want to be more confident, what do you have to do so that like how do you train confidence, kind of thing? And the way that they say it is actually pretty funny. Like there's a natural state of confidence. Like everyone is confident, but in your own way. So for example, my confidence, like the way that I show confidence is by, I don't know, cracking jokes all the time. Or your confidence might be that you feel like you feel strong, so you start to do pull-ups or something. There's different ways. There's different ways to show confidence, right? And what we're saying,
or like really good at sports, or
exactly, yeah, exactly, or good at sports or anything. So what the app was saying is that you fail to become confident when you try to become something that you're truly not. Like, because a lot of the time you're like, oh, I'm confident when I talk to chicks all the time, for example, but it's not really yourself. It's not really myself in that example. So they were like, okay, so obviously with techniques like breathe in, breathe out, and like being aware of the environment, so that you can reach your neutral state, and then from that moment you can be confident the way you naturally are, because that's where we normally fail. Like you're confident according to like people's standards, and not really your true confidence. Which it was like, damn, like this is actually so solid. Yeah, this is actually so solid.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, just try to, the thing was, try your best to just be genuine and be yourself. Like, yeah, man. No, I agree with that for sure. And I also think it's I don't know. I think with me, I'm probably more of the jokester. Like I think I'm the most confident when I'm just cracking jokes or whatever.
Why did you download? Why did you download Headspace? Why were you trying to get into meditation? Because what you were trying to solve?
Man, I had a lot of, well, not a lot, but there was, uni's pretty damn stressful, man. Yeah. So, like, the thing is, I'd have times where I was like, man, like, you're just trying to figure ways to solve it, and you just don't really know. Like, I used to let it overwhelm me a lot, and it kind of almost gave me anxiety sometimes. Yeah. Like, so I was kind of, like, a little bit, anxious and stuff like that, and I was like, damn, let me just figure out ways to solve this.
Yeah.
And so, you watch the YouTube videos and everyone's like, oh, yeah. They kind of give you all these suggestions, and meditation was one of them. So I was like, all right, let me try this out. Yeah. But it wasn't really Headspace at first. It was just them saying, sit down by yourself and then just kind of like focus on your breathing and make sure there's silence and you pay attention to your surroundings and what's going on. But then I moved on to Headspace after that.
Tell us a story of how you actually felt like you had an experience of anxiety. Like how did it feel for you? What did you experience so that it was like, holy shit, like this? Because it, like for different people, I think that it's a completely different way. Like people represent anxiety in different ways. Like people just like start to breathe really heavily, or the people start to, like feel scared, and like, I don't know, like they have like this particular way of showing anxiety. Yeah. What was it for you? What was that? What happened to you in that moment that you were like, okay, fuck this, I need to take care of my mental health, and like this is what I need to do?
I think the worst part, the key thing was I had my first freaking panic attack. Yeah, and I had it. I never had it. Like I never had anything like that. I was just like, man, like I never really knew what that felt like. But then, I remember it was like one weekend, and it was like, after a night with the boys, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think it was after a party or whatever. Like the next day, pretty dehydrated and stuff, and not really taking care of my body. So
it sort of piles up. Just bad thing piles up. Like a lot of bad things piles up, and then
dehydrated, not taking care of your body. Then assignments coming. So then you're thinking about the assignments, and then dude, I remember just freaking. You kind of lose. Your brain starts going crazy. You start thinking a lot, and you just breathe really quickly. I started shaking and stuff, and
it's
I was
crazy.
like, man, and it just increased into a panic attack, and ended up.
I mean, obviously,
having to go to the hospital.
I'm asking these questions obviously because, like, I've obviously been in that exact same position. Like, I've been in situations where, like, I feel like I'm at 100%, and then all of a sudden something goes bad, and then like just everything goes wrong from then onwards. And similar to you, like in my story was like, it was my first year in and I've told you this story 1,000 times, but I'm gonna tell you 1,001 times.
yes. Oh man, I've been waiting.
So I was in first year, and I was doing my very first exam in uni. So we worked so hard to get into UQ, right? Like we were literally studying so hard to get into UQ. We finally made it. Then now we have to do the first test. It's like it was my way to prove that I deserve to be there by passing that mid-sem Like that's sort of my thought process. Like, I need to pass this exam.
Yeah.
And in the moment, and like for people that do engineering or like people that are doing like something related to maths or anything, I was doing linear algebra. So I don't know if you remember like matrices where you have to multiply, like you're solving the matrices, like, but it's like sounds really fancy, but like I'm pretty sure you know about this. Like you have a matrix, and it's very it's very just multiplying it, like multiplication and addition. Like this is nothing more than that. So I literally had to add numbers and subtract numbers for the entire test, and like, or not the entire test, but like at least for this particular question. So I had to do that, and then and we didn't have a calculator obviously because like the calculations were quite simple. So at one point I was like, okay, 2 plus 2 is 4, 6 plus 4 is 10, then okay, do this, and then 7 times 8
minus 1, that's 3 quick maths. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, 7 times 6, 42. And then 7 times 8. And then, okay, what is 7 times 8? And then, okay, came up with the answer. 8 times 9. And I'm like, okay. And then, like, it sort of took me so long to actually figure out a number. And then, like, okay, like, this is very simple. And it was just taking me way too long to actually figure that answer. And it just started to pile up. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't add 16 plus like whatever it is, and I can't do this and I can't do this. And then at that point, like what you were saying, just telling myself a narrative of like, holy shit, like I don't know what to do, I don't know shit, look at the time, I start to sweat. That's and I could listen my heart to it. Like literally I could listen my heart. And people that know me, like if you're a mate from back home, dude, like you would never, like you know that I would never go through something like this, because I think I'm fairly, like or at least I always saw that I was like strong mentally, kind of thing. Like I was mentally tough, what they say.
Exactly.
But in that moment, I was like, holy shit! Like I'm actually having, like in the moment, I didn't think, oh, I'm having anxiety. I'm having anxiety. I'm like, I'm literally having a heart attack, and I was like, and everything just, and I literally just felt like literally, I felt like my head was starting to be like really heavy, and I was like, and then I'm like, okay, and then it was exactly. I mean, at the end I finished that mid-sem, and I obviously fucked up that mid-sem. Like I did, I'm pretty sure I failed that mid-sem. Guaranteed, I failed it. But it was so shit, and like from that moment I was like, I cannot allow myself to go through this situation ever again. And if meditation, which is something that I've never done before, which is something that I saw at the time that was like a bit, you know, like not popular, not popular, or like exactly, it doesn't have a really good reputation, at least with the boys or something, like especially dudes, because if you talk between girls,
hippie vibes or whatever,
if you talk between girls, they're like, oh, meditation, blah, blah, blah. But if you're like, oh, meditation too, it's like, what the fuck are you doing meditation for?
Man, what are you talking about, meditation?
So I was like, okay, if this is what it's going to take for me to like get better, like I'm going to do it. And that's when I got Headspace, and it's an absolute nightmare. Yeah, dude. But the reason, okay, I got. Oh, actually, I didn't. I think I got into meditation for that moment, but I didn't actually download the Headspace at that particular time. My other attack was when I not attack. Sorry, like I just couldn't go. I just couldn't go to sleep, dude. I couldn't sleep at all. Like I literally had problems sleeping. Damn. Like I would be up till 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? And like I'm obviously thinking too much. So how do I solve this? So
nah, man, that happened to me as well, man. Like even after that first instance, like I said, and I didn't know what the feeling was, man. So I was just like, man, let me go to a nearby hospital or something, see if they could help me out. But then they literally told me like, you're just going through anxiety, it's perfectly normal, just make sure you get enough sleep, get some exercise, all this kind of stuff. And I remember they gave me like a pill. And like I was freaking panicking, but then as soon as I,
took the pill,
had it or whatever, I was like, I just like relaxed.
Oh yeah.
So they gave me a pill and everything. But man, it was kind of wild,
and it's
man.
Crazy because it
was the first time I ever felt that. But then, because the after effects of that is you just, like you said, like you just can't sleep. So that same night I couldn't sleep because in your head you're just thinking about what happened in the past, and that's the problem. Like
thinking.
The more you think about that thing, you're thinking more negatively, and then you're making it more likely that it will happen again. Whereas like you shouldn't do that.
Just
so,
literally, just put your mind like literally do something else. Like I don't know, it's. Yeah, and I don't know, man. Like I've gone through very like I'm not sure. Like, and it goes back to like okay, this is gonna sound pretty stupid, but like we've always talked about having like the bilingual mind. You know, like when you speak in a different language, you sort of evolve a different personality. And like I feel like okay, not at the moment. I'm pretty sure like I'm way over it. But at the time where I was in first year, second year, I was like I wouldn't say. Like I didn't know my identity. Like I didn't have clear in my mind that I, like do you know do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I feel like the way I am in Spanish, like when I speak in Spanish, is not the same way when I speak in English. Like in Spanish, I'm like way, you know, like I don't know. Like I feel like when I speak in Spanish, I'm way more outgoing, more confident. When I speak in English. I don't feel like I'm at that 100% sometimes.
Yeah, man.
So it's like, damn.
Nah, I know that feeling, bro.
Yeah.
It's I think it's something that comes with time, man. Like, cause even like I said, like the thing with me was like people commenting on my Portuguese accent, like, man, you sound like you speak a different language. Like, so they said that I had a bit of an accent, so that kind of used to be a insecurity for me, and I'd be like, man, so I kind of almost feel like I would avoid, sometimes I'd even avoid talking to the people that would say those comments, because I'd be like, nah, I don't want them to say my accent is weird or whatever. But then I think with time I kind of got over it, like realizing that you can still understand me, and
absolutely. And you know,
but it definitely happens,
but I can like I'm pretty, like I strongly believe that you sort of develop two personalities, like because the language itself is different. The language itself is different, and we've discussed this multiple times. But like literally, I came across a TED talk the other day. Her name is like Lara something. I can't remember her last name, and she was saying that literally, like your language determines your personality. Like if you speak in a particular language, like the way because of the way that the language is structured, you tend to focus in different things compared to like another language, for example. And like just very briefly, we talked about this before.
Man. And even with the Portuguese stuff, like I used to, that used to be a thing with me as well. Just kind of the insecurity about it, like. And if you see the Portuguese version of Valid, like you think I'm chilled right now, like I'm even more chilled when I speak Portuguese. Like I'm kind of more quiet, more reserved. But then, weirdly enough, when I'm a little bit more outgoing with English. Yeah, and I guess it's because I spoke it throughout school most of the time. But that's what it is.
No, man, that's good. Yeah. But apart from that, we have a party coming up next weekend, right? A really good friend from France is doing a party. Throwing a pool party.
Freaking legend.
Hopefully they finish all these drawings before that party. But yeah, pretty keen.
Nah, man.
He said that he was gonna do like he was like, oh, we're gonna do a trip in the Gold Coast and like we're gonna rent a house. It's gonna be such a good time. Nah, just going to my.
Man, just come to my house, bro.
Yeah.
He changed his mind because it was even supposed to be a joint party, like with the Spanish bro, but then he was like, nah, they changed their mind. But man, still keen for it, it'll be good seeing them. Good group, and
I'm actually,
but also about the drawings. Like what are you drawing exactly, like for your clients? Is it like what are you designing?
So I work in a water treatment plant, right? And recently we're getting close to finalize a contract with a company that requires someone to clean the water. And then for that they have to design like an entire plant to process the water. So I have to draw like literally tanks and pipes and like just essentially that's essentially what I've been drawing, just tanks and pipes. But it's just so tedious.
Just drawing the arrangements.
It's a bit tedious, but it's really good. Like I'm really liking this experience. Because these
Yeah,
skills
man.
are really going to be handy in the future for sure. So yeah, that's essentially what I do.
Exactly. Yeah, and you're showing that you can work like solo, kind of. Yeah, you're showing that you have that
Yeah.
responsibility, and so yeah, man, it's really good. Yeah, good experience, and yeah, it's basically the same with us, man. Just very time-consuming work. Yeah, with the software.
What software are you using at work?
Oh, we use Revit. Yeah,
Oh,
so
Revit.
if you know anyone that knows what I'm talking about, they know. But yeah, Revit is like yeah, it's just a very you can use it for a lot of different fields. You can use it in engineering, but yeah, you also use it in architecture and building as well. So it's basically CAD software that helps us design like the houses and everything like this.
I'm pretty sure.
So,
I'm pretty sure.
Also, what I've been using in uni, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like AutoCAD does exactly the same thing as Revit, right? But everyone in the office is using Revit. Like, that's the only software that you use in the office, right?
Oh no, actually, we use AutoCAD as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the main one is Revit. Yeah, we use it as well, but it's more to produce certain file types. Like we produce DWGs, and then with the DWGs, we open them, and DWG is just a file type that you can convert the drawings to, but then you open it in AutoCAD, and then we check if everything's good before sending it to engineers. Or
why do you open it in AutoCAD?
Well, I guess that's just the way they do it. Because they need to have it in DWG format.
I think the reason why they do it,
and we just use.
I think the reason why they do it in AutoCAD is so that the people that have to manufacture it can check the dimensions straight away from AutoCAD. So we
that might.
we had an issue. We were using Vectorworks before to like draw all these these drawings and everything, and like apparently we had problems with the manufacturer because they couldn't really understand like the dimensions. Like it was just harder to know the dimensions of a very particular item. So that's why we had to move from AutoCAD. And it makes sense. It makes sense what you're saying, because they're simply just grabbing that file and just making sure that it's working in AutoCAD so that people can open up the exact same thing.
So they can, that's it. Yeah, man. So like I said, send it to engineers, send it to truss manufacturers, so then they can make the design for the different aspects of the house. So
what's a day like as
how it goes?
What is your how's your day like when you, for example, like you bike all the way to work, right? So you wake up in the morning.
I take a bike.
Then what's the first thing you do?
Yeah, I wake up, I wake up, head to the shower, brush my teeth, make sure I got a good playlist going.
Nice.
Might be playing some Kendrick or whatever, but then I just, after that.
By playlist, you mean like selecting random songs out of your, okay, so this is how Alan checks his songs. Like he literally grabs the phone and then he has all his albums and then he just scrolls through every single album and but it's just so, I don't know, I just disagree with the way that you pick up a song, because you're obviously going to select the very first ones.
Okay.
Like when
I'm an album listener.
Yeah, so you're scrolling down and you're always going to pick up the first one. Like this, like there's no randomness out of the songs that you're picking. Like you're picking up at the same songs all the time. I would rather just like literally any song, just start playing any song, and doesn't matter if I've never if it's not an artist that I've listened to, I just like to hear it. Like it's. Because it feels like it's biased when you just simply scroll through the albums. Like you're really picking up the people that you want to listen to, whereas like you don't have.
Yeah, I guess that's where we're different. Yeah.
Because you open up an album.
What I like, kind of thing.
You open up an album and then you go to the next of the same album and then to the next of the same album. So you end up listening the whole album rather than like multiple songs.
No. Okay, I do that. Yeah, sometimes I do that, but then. The thing about me is like I really like the artists I like I really support them, so I listen to the whole albums rather than the hits or whatever, like top, because I know that you
but what do you mean support
like, Billboard
them?
Is cool.
What do you mean support them? The
thing is, if an artist releases an album, I'll listen to the whole album. I won't listen to the best song in the album according to the Billboard.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like you're like, I don't know, right? But I feel like you're more of the guy that says, okay, if the Billboard is cool, it's probably a good song.
No.
For me,
Okay.
I'm just a super fan of the artist.
In my case, it's like, okay, let me, like, I'm running out of songs. I need to listen to more songs. Then I open up like the charts and say, oh, like people seem to like the songs. Like, let's actually have a listen. And sometimes it happens that like I like a couple of the songs, but it's just very uncommon for me to like open up the album and just like, it's like it happens with only a few artists. It's not very frequent. Yeah. But anyway, picked up the playlist.
But anyway, so yeah, I do that. Yeah, I have breakfast, and then, take the ride to work, and it's freaking 15 minutes ride time, and I'm there. And then, say hi to the folks, and get to work. So what we do is we do whole sets of plans. So what that means is you show basically multiple aspects of the house. So you show the house from a top view. Mm-hmm. That's a site plan. Mm-hmm. So just showing the house, showing the driveway, showing the water tanks, all this kind of stuff, and then you do the floor plan, which is a different type of drawing. You show
where
down pipes.
Where are the water tanks normally?
Water tanks are normally at the back of the house. Yeah, we normally keep them at the back, like so that they're not visible from the front.
Right, and at ground level.
So let's say you're getting it, at ground level. Yeah, mostly at ground level, just kind of sitting on top of the ground level. But there's also ones that are designed to be underground. Oh. But those are kind of rare. But most of them are just kind of the cylindrical ones that just stay, above ground. So you have the water tanks, and we show all these kind of stuff. And just different aspects like this. Also, obviously thinking about how you're going to build it. So the materials we're going to use and everything. Mm-hmm. So it's just an overview of
in a day. What do you like? Do you do a house a day, or like you do what?
Oh nah, in a day you do a house, like a full set. Like for me, I noticed it takes me like a week because it's just a lot of pages that you have to go through. Mm-hmm. So I'd say probably a house a week, but then in between that, you're also doing like office admin work, like maybe like sending emails to council so that the houses can be approved. So you're just sending the drawing files to the council to see if the building is compliant, like with Australian standards and everything. So it's like before you can build it. So you do that, and then you also send for trusses so that they design trusses to suit the roof and to support the roof, and then you send to engineers so that the engineers can design the footings for the house and like the reinforcement and everything. So it's a lot of those are the extra things you do, like sending extra applications to different firms that can help us out with different parts of the house. So that's basically what it is.
So is like, okay, so the client, what does the client have to pay? What is the client paying for? Is it the design of the entire house and for it to get built, or what is it?
Yeah, the client pays for the whole build. So we're builders, so the client pays for everything from the materials to the actual construction of the house.
Oh,
to
really? Fuck.
Appliances in the house. So man, they pay quite a bit, man. Yeah, it's like building your first house. Yeah, you'll pay.
I mean,
quite a significant amount. But people get support from banks, obviously, like getting a loan and everything. But they pay for everything. So that's kind of what we do. And also, obviously client meetings. So the clients come in and talk to them about their house and things they want changed and everything. So just a little bit of that.
No, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's
and no, that's pretty solid, man. Like getting that experience into one is obviously so good for you. Like that whole thing of being able to like talk to contractors and like design and like like just delegate work is Like
Yeah.
it's just so good long term. Like I can guarantee you're gonna write a solid page of experience worth on your resume.
Yeah, yeah, man. Nah, it's really good, man. You can do so much just because it's a small firm, so they trust you to do more. Like, yeah, you can do this, you can do that, and yeah, even designing houses from scratch. So that's pretty cool. Like sometimes you have competitions of like the designers come up with designs, and then the best house wins. I haven't won yet, but you know, what I mean, I'm shooting
How
for
often?
it.
How often do they make this
We'll see how
competition?
it go. So far since I've been there, it's just been one. Like so I've been there like 7 months. So then the boss was like, yeah, I want you guys to design a house. You know, gave us all the rooms, and then he said, yeah, the best one will get built. But yeah, the dude that won, yeah, he was more experienced. He had more stripes. So hey, I can't even hate, man. So yeah, he he got that one. So
And what was the prize?
yeah. Oh well, it wasn't really a prize. It's just like your house that you design is gonna get built. So it's kind of cool. Like
Surely
you
you'll
being
get
able
some
to
commission.
Right around the street and be like, yeah, I designed that. I mean, yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know all the details, but yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, probably something like that.
bro, this internet is so fucking laggy that I cannot deal. The internet is so shit.
Yeah, lag is
Lag is crazy as fuck. Yeah, people are gonna watch it like this.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't give it.
No. Wait. All right.
But yeah.
Oh man, looks like we hit the 40 minutes.
Yeah, already. Oh, damn! 40 minutes. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time. No, okay.
We made it.
As always, an amazing time catching up with the boy Al. Make sure to check his SoundCloud.
Always,
Make sure to
always.
check out his TikTok, all his socials. Send him a message if you have any questions about anything.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes. Please, yeah. Thank you, man. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Check out my boy Julio. He's got a YouTube page. You know, support.
Support
Everything. We got all the links in there. Yeah.
I'm really curious.
Come on, support.
Okay, just on a side note, like I'm really curious to see where we're gonna, like, how far we can go with this. Like, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy to just like see in a couple of years something that actually works.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, what if it doesn't work out? You know, like, what if?
Yeah, that's the thing, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It could be 50-50. That's the thing, and I feel like that's the cool thing about it as well. Like, we never really know. So just go for it.
Just go, right?
And then we'll see where it ends up. But yeah, I guess as long as staying consistent, hey, that's what we got to do for now.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah,
As always, we'll catch you
That's what it
next
is.
week. And yeah,
All
have
right.
a good one. I'll see you later.